Okay, I was trying to research how to do this, and it's nowhere online that I can find. Anyway, rear seat removal from '07 Mitsubishi Outlander. This is the second row seat, not the rear back seat. This is the second row where the doors are. I already got one out, and yeah, it was a pain, and it's going to be a pain putting it back in. Anyway, this is the driver's side. You have to remove these. You have to pry these off. There's one on each side. Excuse the lighting. Oh yeah, that really fucking helped. There we go. Okay, pry these up, and it's going to come up harder than what it's just in. I've already had this up, but I just pried it up and then out. There's one on this side. There's one on the outboard side of the passenger, and then there's the big middle one that connects the two seats, and this one's actually a little harder to get off, but again, you pry it from the back. It's got to come straight up here, basically both sides of the spring on each seat. Once you pry the back off, you just pull up straight, and it'll come. You just have to pull it really hard. It feels like it's going to break, but if you can see these, that tab sticking out, and then there's a little cup, a female cup right there. That goes over this. So just pry that out. Then when you put them back together, remember, as with all vehicles, there's a left-hand side and a right-hand side. Now that R, that's not the left-hand, right-hand. This is the left-hand, right-hand. This is the left-hand or driver's side. That goes back in here when you reassemble it. And then that's pretty much as you see it. It's self-explanatory. Anyway, once you get the plastic pieces out of the way, this is a 14 millimeter. Somewhere on there. .14 millimeter. There's 4 bolts for each seat. 1, 2 in the back, and then directly in front on each side. Oh, and one of the things I was worried about is because that spring is a lot of power behind it, I was careful on the other side because I didn't know if it would spring close, but it doesn't. It doesn't spring close. It will spring a little bit, but it won't hurt you, and that only comes to be important when you go to reassemble the seats into the car. Anyway, take these 2 bolts out. And then I had to put the seat back down, and then up, and then back. I'm hitting the other seat. Hang on. Okay, I was hitting the other seat that I already took out there. That's all the way back down. Okay, and then these front ones, let me put the front seat up. Hang on. Okay, I put the driver's seat all the way forward and leaned forward. That gave me a lot more room. Anyway, these flaps, these are connected to this plastic. This doesn't have to come off. You can get it off if you want it out of your way, but it's really not in your way. But to get those off, you just, again, pry up here and then out. But what you're wanting to get to is a bolt there's the passenger side. That bolt there is right here, and then the bolt for the driver's side far left is directly under there. So this has to come off. Again, pry up, then off, and this has to come off, which is right behind the center console. Up, then off. I'll try to do that one-handed. The flat part doesn't need to come off. They're snapped in there real good, so it feels like you're going to break it, but none of mine broke. There. Just ply it up, and kind of wiggle it out. Set that up there. There. Well, that one came out really easy. Set that up there. And then there's the bolt you want. And there's the other bolt. So, again, 14 millimeter. And you see, oh shit, I didn't get it, but you see how it's separated a little bit? It didn't snap closed this way or this way. What it did was rocked back like this. So that's all it's going to move. And you'll feel the seat move just slightly also. If I can get this one. There, the seat moved up again. See, now there's a gap under there. That's how much the seat came up. The spring's not closing. It's just because, I think it's because of the back spring, or the back side of this spring, that it tilts up. So putting it back in is going to be a little difficult. But basically it's out now. The seat is released. So you can... It won't rock forward because it's unbolted. Oh, shit, I forgot this. Okay. There's a little plastic clippy that goes there, which I apparently just now lost. But I'll find it. Anyway, and then there's this one here that goes through this plastic here and here through this plastic door sill. That's a two-piece from here back. And then through those brackets. So those two clippies got to come out, those two fasteners. I lost this one just now because I forgot about it. But the other two, I did take the other side out. Hang on. Yeah, it's gone. It's got tension on it now, but if you do this before you do the bolts, you just push down, grab the center ring, and it pops right off real easy. But I've got tension on this, so that's why it's not doing it. And I can't take the tension off because the seat is now completely undone. And there, I just broke it off, I believe. But anyway, the seat's released. And it's completely unhooked. Now, when you put it back in, these pins right here, got to go lined up into that slot right in the center there, and then you bolt down. But make sure the plastic is on the outside of this bracket when you go to reassemble it. Okay, and then you can put your fasteners. I got extra fasteners somewhere, but that's basically it. And when you do go to remount it, you're going to have some tension. I don't know if I can get it. Hang on. Use my third leg. Okay, this is gonna, there's tension. This, right now there's tension that way. You need to bring it back this way to mount it. So you're gonna mount it and tilt it, then it'll close down. I haven't tried to remount them yet. I've just now taken them out. But you add about another 14 inches of cargo space, maybe 18. So there's that. So, and I put the bolts back in when I'm done, just so I don't lose them. But the little fastener black clips, on this side I've obviously lost them, but the other side I still have them. And I'm sure I can pick some up somewhere, if I don't find them in here first. But, and they're heavy. So I'm going to wrap these in a 50-gallon trash bag. We'll clean them off first and wrap them in a bag and set them aside in the garage. But yeah, that gains you a lot more cargo space. I'll show you in a second when I get these pulled out of the car. Okay, I've pulled them both out now. And the passenger side one, it's got to be 45, 50 pounds. And they're a little bulky to handle. The driver's side one, it's got to be close to 80 pounds. It's heavy. It was really heavy. I don't know, I'm just getting too old to do this shit anymore. Anyway, let me put my driver's seat back real quick. Okay, both the seats are back in position. So there's quite a bit of room. I think with the seats up, it was like 50 inches from here to the tailgate. There's another 18. I'll measure here in a second, but yeah, just put a packing blanket over that and put gear there. But yeah, there's a lot more area, cargo area. Hang on, let me get this out. Okay, to about where if I go to the edge of the tape to where the furthest far back on my seat is, it's probably, I'm at 60 inches now. So I gained, you know, I probably do, I'm doing not bad, about 64 inches now, where I was at 50 with the seats folded. So, you know, 10, 12, 14 inches. A lot more space. But remember, don't overload your car. The suspension's only rated for, I don't remember, but it'll say on the door. But you can put more stuff in there now. Like I said, I'm going to put packing blanket over that, so whatever I do put in there doesn't get scratched up. And I don't lose anything small under the plastic and carpet. Anyway, there it is. 2007 Mitsubishi Outlander. Back passenger seats, the middle seats, removal. I didn't get mine with the rear seats because why? I mean, who the hell's going to sit there? Anyway, a lot more passenger room. And I had this measured before. I can't remember what it was, but the narrowest point to load cargo is, of course, from here to the other side. And then the height is from the bed to about right here. You can't go by the center because that's actually about 3/4 inches higher than this. So you got to go by here. And I'm off the top of my head, I want to say 36 inches top to bottom. I don't remember the width. I have it written down somewhere. But I've gained about a foot or more length. So every guy wants that, right? Anyway, happy thoughts.